How's it going, everybody? This is the Nitty Gritty. My name is Chad. With me, as usual, is Leonard, and this is one of our random match reviews. And we are going to be talking about Tully Blanchard versus Dusty Rhodes for the NWA Television Championship.
No. The belt's not on the line.
It's not on the line, but it was. Okay, I saw it mentioned a few times on other sites, and I had wondered if it was on the line.
No, they specifically say it is not on the line. But you know what is? A sack full of money.
Yes, and so this is a lights out barbed wire ladder match with $100,000 hanging, and whoever gets to that money first wins the match. And so this match came up because in a previous episode where we talked about our favorite matches of the 80s, in perusing the Great American Bash shows that were there in 1987, I saw that the main event of one of the events was this match. And I thought it was interesting. Just there were so many gimmicks. It's like a Bill Watts, ejaculatory main event, I feel like.
Yes.
Throw as much
it's
as you
definitely
can.
what we call a hat on a hat. I mean,
Right.
it's come dressed as you are because they're not in their ring gear. There's barbed wire wrapped around the ropes. There's a bag of money hanging over the ring that you have to get using a ladder, and there are seconds at ringside who are controlling the ladder for each guy.
Right. Barry Windham is with Dusty, and J.J. Dillon is with Tully Blanchard.
Yes. And Dark Journey is with Tully Blanchard as well, even though she doesn't do anything in the match.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. And both guys are dressed in street attire. Dusty has like a cutoff flannel shirt on. Tully has like a regular cutoff T-shirt on. And if I haven't mentioned the date, this is July 18th, 1987. Mm-hmm. And this is a short match, just a little over 8 minutes long. Yeah. And this match was in Charlotte, North Carolina at Memorial Stadium. And, for what it is, it's a cool little match to watch. It's certainly nothing special from a technical standpoint, but they gave this crowd as much as they could because this crowd wasn't getting War Games. They were getting this one-on-one match. And obviously this is, about 7 years before Razor and Shawn Michaels would, hit a home run with their ladder match at WrestleMania 10. And, for those who might still think that that was the first ever ladder match, the WWE's revisionist history doesn't mention the fact that there was a ladder match here that we're talking about. Stampede Wrestling had plenty of them between Bret Hart and Dynamite Kid. So, there were ladder matches before that, but this one was fun. I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't very good because the guys were limited in what they could do in the ring. The barbed wire was wrapped around the ropes, so there really wasn't a lot of running against the ropes because the barbed wire was part of it. And I wrote down how Dusty's blade job was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Here. And it was also fun to me that Dusty was ordering the ref to help with the ladder, which is not something you would see in TLC,
Well, I don't know why the ref's in the ring because there's no reason for, I believe it's Tommy Young, has no reason to be there.
Right.
Because all you have to do is retrieve the money to win. You don't need him there. What I thought was funny about it was he actually gets punched out at one point, I believe, by Tully, because Tully gets his loaded glove and he hits Dusty with it, and then he hits the ref with it.
So I thought it was either JJ or Tully, but yes.
Yeah, it might have been JJ Dillon, but whoever, he gets knocked out. So I thought it was funny that when he gets up, he's like, well, screw you guys. I'm going to help Dusty to win this thing because you knocked me out.
Right.
Windham, it should also be mentioned, Windham and Dillon get into it, and Windham has Dillon, I believe, down in the claw while Dusty is climbing the ladder. But that is what leads to ultimately to the finish. Again, I agree with you. I gave it about 2.5 stars because I do think it's really fun and really imaginative and creative for the time period. It's not a great match by any standard, I don't think. And even the fact that it's short, I still think it was as long as it needed to be. So I enjoyed it for what it was, but I can't necessarily say it was great.
Yeah, no, I would probably go about 3 stars. The fact that they threw all these gimmicks out there to me is fun in and of itself. And just to watch some of the trademarks of a ladder match, to see them kind of start here was interesting to me. I mean, there wasn't too much of the slow climbing here. You saw Dusty do it once or twice, but I thought these guys worked a pretty fast-paced ladder match that didn't really, get bogged down in a lot of that stuff. I mean, they didn't use the ladder a ton. Dusty would throw Tully into it. So I mean, this is an interesting little match to watch. And I think one of the comments that we got on a previous video is that you can find this on the Great American Bash 1987 VHS tape, which I certainly don't own. But, if you have that, I suppose you can watch it on there. The video is on Daily Motion, and I think there's a Facebook link that I watched. The commentary it's Tony Schiavone, but it's not very clear. The audio is very garbled, but it is what it is. It's not a lot of time out of your life, right? So
Yeah.
absolutely check it out. Let us know what you think about it. And for Leonard, my name is Chad, and we will see you next time.